Wow, we're here. It's Masters of Debate season. I'm Ian Brown. Brown blood runs through my veins.
I'm Nick, and the Buyer blood runs through my veins.
I'm Anna. No blood.
No blood. I believe it.
You ever get
I'm pretty pale.
You're pasty's not a word that I enjoy.
So here's one way to put it. My husband's grandmother is elderly, and she's also blind.
and fantastic.
She's fantastic.
I've met her. She's a. Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of a
She was at
different.
our wedding.
I'm thinking of
You're thinking of Granny,
who is an admiral.
who is chilling.
Why haven't you met my grandma?
What?
Why haven't you met my grandma?
Well, I've never.
Because you didn't go to his wedding.
I did.
But
Was grandma there?
Why didn't you find her?
Well, I saw her. I said, "This is weird. Like, I don't want to."
Because she thought it
I don't
was your
want
mom because she looks so good.
And I didn't want anything to do with her.
I just think it's unfortunate he met your grandma, not mine.
He's met a couple of my Gmas.
I steer clear of your grandma.
Okay, I'm going to go on about my Gma and my paleness.
Continue.
So, she is legally blind, and I was talking to her about a year ago exactly, and she's kind of looking past me because she's blind.
Mm-hmm.
But she says, well, I see you haven't gotten your summer color yet.
You're so bright you cut through
I got
the
through.
cataracts.
You gleam so
And
brightly.
I'm so pale that the blind woman could tell.
Maybe it's the sun. You know, when you're blind, your senses are heightened.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the sun
Yeah.
was reflecting off of you so gratuitously she felt
And she
additional
heard,
warmth.
She heard it zzz, like a bug lamp.
Yeah.
You sound like a bug lamp to blind people.
Yeah.
What's the difference between legally blind and
Legally blonde.
and legally
well,
bug.
We all love Gwyneth Paltrow, who is not the star of that movie. But, okay, I got my haircut, and none of you have said anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
Well, it's-
it looks nice.
Thank you.
When?
I got my haircut on.
Make it go that way.
I can check this out. Different guy.
Yeah. Less employed.
I'd say you are defined by your haircut. There's
Oh,
nothing
dear.
else that makes you who you are more.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I've just had some bad decisions in my life when it comes to that.
No, I mean I'm being so serious. If your hair is 1 inch shorter than it was before, you're 1 inch short different.
You have less mass.
You're a less interesting person.
Less gravity.
Less gravity.
Oh.
You're less gravitational. Anyway, this is garbage. Let's move on to a sketch. I mean, not a sketch. Let's move on to
Well-timed query.
well-timed query. Ew.
I hate when you do that.
Well-timed query.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Let's rock.
ASMR.
That's out. I'm gone. It's gone.
Oh, keep it.
Okay.
Do the whole intro with my lip smacks.
Okay. We have a segment called Well-timed query.
Well-timed query.
And it's just for queries that are so apt.
So precise.
And
I have one.
And something that we've just been thinking about.
Things we've been thinking about, and we're ready to bat around. Okay. Do speed bumps really work?
Yes. Okay, but here we have to. Okay, here's how this segment works, and we will address your question, Anna. The way the segment works, someone asks a question, and they have to accept an answer before we move on to the next question. Mm-hmm. We each get one question to ask. Mm-hmm. Anna, do speed bumps really work?
I understand why you ask this because you refuse to drive. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I know about you. Mm-hmm. You don't do it, which is fine.
Well,
It's a life
don't
choice.
have a car.
No, that's fine.
Here's
You like to be driven around like a socialite.
I
Oh, bring me to the Hamptons.
Well, I bike, and I was biking over speed bumps, and for me, they're kind of like a ramp, and I'm
I know.
like, wee!
It's
Yeah.
kind of nice, huh?
Whee!
And that's actually why they were designed. Is so police officers don't slow down; they actually speed up for speed bumps because originally they were meant to launch them. And
You're making that up.
no, because when you're in the air, you go 4 to 5 miles an hour faster in the air than you do traveling on ground because there's no friction. So they that's why. Have you ever seen a cop car that has like old wings, like Buzz Lightyear? And that's because, and I know you have, and it's because they used to be able to fly to the enemy and hit them with their car.
Really?
So they would launch off. And that's why we have them. So do they work? They worked, but they had to get rid of them because of tax rates. So they don't have wings. You understand? Crunch as loud as you want.
Okay, all right. So speed bumps, they work.
Accelerate
They're
cop
launch-
cars
they're-
into the
well,
air.
The idea was there. And now they.
Shouldn't they be called slow bumps? Because they're meant to slow you down.
Well, I like how in the city they call them speed humps. Have you seen this speed hump?
That's hot.
It is. Because the speed bump behind a Walmart's like a little narrow guy. Little yellow plastic narrow guy.
Okay.
And
Okay,
here in the city, they're like big round boys.
I'll put this into maybe a term that understands in a more grounded way. You know, because
Sure.
cop cars are in the air, and not all of us are cops and have that experience.
We aren't, are we?
No.
I for one, am not a cop.
I do enforce the law every chance I get.
You know, I just want you to imagine with me, you're on your bike.
Okay, I
and
can
you're,
imagine that.
You're going as fast as you can,
Zoom.
just
10,
zipping down it,
12 even.
and you are going directly at a curb.
Not a curve, a curb.
Just a curb.
Okay.
There's no like ramp from the
Got it.
bike lane, and you just decide, I'm just gonna keep going.
Oh no!
And I want you to hit that curb at the same speed that you have already been going. What would happen?
I would launch.
Yeah.
My body would off of my bike.
Yeah. Have you ever just even gone a little bit too quick at a curb and then you fall off your seat and it racks your gonads?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it
Hurts your
my,
balls.
My body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's essentially what a speed hump is for a big old car. If you're going fast, you hit it, it's like a curb
And
in the middle of the road.
The driver gets launched.
Yeah, it just punches him right in the nuts.
I'm
Okay.
gonna rewind because I think my launching answer is pretty sufficient. Mm-hmm. Do we accept? Do we need to come up with? More?
I mean, I think they obviously work. They work hard. They work 9 to 5.
They do work.
They are sickle and hammer working.
Those are not volunteers, which is actually leads into my question, but we'll wait.
I think I've accepted an answer that they work. They're fine. You touch my toe.
She humbly accepts, and she gets her toe touched. She humbly accepts an answer, so we move on to mine. I'm going to be narrating the rest of this podcast. Anna accepts an answer. We move on to Ian's. Ian says, okay, my question is this. What's the difference between
I'm sorry. Is it a question or a query?
It's a query. It's well timed. What's the difference between volunteer firefighter and a regular ass firefighter?
Well, one's not getting any money, and one is.
What are they getting then?
They're getting
Hero worship.
Hero worship.
Oh, that's such it's such an ego thing, isn't it?
Hero worship. They get to look across the soot and flames at the paid firefighters and be like, I'm no mercenary. I actually just hate flames.
They do it for their hatred of fire itself. I know mercy. Okay, accepted.
That is a good enough answer.
I need a gavel. Accepted. They're doing it for their hatred of fire.
They're doing it to prove just how much they hate fire.
They're out there.
I just love that. It's just like feeling better than.
I also wonder, like, why are you posing that towns have both regulars and
The fire department
volunteers?
wants to pay them, but they won't tell
They
them the
won't
last
accept
4
the dollar.
digits of their social security numbers. They can't get on the payroll.
I'm not telling you. No.
It is funny that like it is the only way you like only public service you could have like between like when I think of the big 3. Right, it's
What are the big 3?
It's medical, law enforcement, fire. Right, when you think about costumes, kids wear like what they get in a little toy
Costumes,
kit.
kids wear. I'm talking Joker, Batman.
Okay,
The big 3.
You had a really
what do you think are
placid
what are the
trick-or-treating.
archetypal public servants in your head?
LeBron James built that school.
Okay, I would definitely, but I would, none offense, like cops and firemen are kind of in
Or
the same
women.
boat.
I think of like cops, firefighters, and the medical team.
I would think of teachers as well. And I
Teachers,
can
yeah,
see that
okay,
for
yeah,
some,
city
no.
helpers, right? If you're talking
Okay,
about
and like treasurers,
And like garbage men.
and yep.
okay, so of all of those, the things that could have a volunteer and do it effectively, I think, is firemen because fire just requires water.
Okay,
That is
not always.
so not true.
Not always. Have you ever watched Chernobyl?
Not yet.
Did you
they-
watch Notre Dame burn? Okay.
They poured I don't know about Notre Dame, but they poured boron on Chernobyl.
Really? What's boron?
It's a chemical. Watch it and learn.
It's a noble
Read it
gas.
and weep.
I'm just saying, it's something most fires require water.
This is Nick.
Absolutely.
I'm Nick. Most fires require.
And
I think
you
in
could
oil
have
fire, I think water exacerbates an oil
sure,
fire.
yeah. Then you
Yeah.
need some sort of foam.
You ever
But-
seen a turkey go in?
to an oil fire?
To what?
A frozen turkey.
For a job interview?
Can I see a scene of a turkey going into a job interview?
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I saw you got your name tag, and I want you to make yourself at home. And I've been over your resume. It seems like you have no previous work experience.
Well, it's funny. I was raised in Pennsylvania Forest Preserve, and there was really no work opportunities there. But I'm driven, and I think I have a lot to offer.
Cool. Do you have any like experiences that can showcase some of your skills?
Sure. So, my brother came home. My brother showed me how to use Microsoft Word.
Really?
Yes, my brother's a human man, and he works at IBM.
Okay.
And so he showed me how to type with my claws and my gobble.
I'm sorry. Do you know that this company is a leading competitor of IBM?
Well,
so this is
no conflict of interest. I've disowned my brother. I disowned him.
A big interview faux pas, Turkey.
I have a name. It's Tom Turkey.
See,
he's just bad at social cues.
I think, relatively speaking, that answers my question, which is volunteer firefighters hate. They do it for the love of the game. Okay, Nick, do you have a query?
How does that make paid firemen feel? Like they're chattel?
They are clearly like monarchs of their field. They're not monarchs. They're bureaucrats, okay? They're fat cats sitting on their poles.
Bunch of bigwigs up there.
On their red trucks.
How's your ladder, a real fireman?
Yeah, you're a greedy bastard. If you want to be a firefighter, you're getting into it for the cash.
I'm over here with my coiled up hose from Home Depot and a water can.
And you know what? You're your everyday man. You're the real hero.
Exactly.
Not a fireman.
I go home to my family. I stock the pantry.
Firefighters dive into their gold pools like the duck.
The duck with his gold.
Yeah,
What's his name? Darkwing Duck?
Darling?
No.
I think it's Darling Duck.
Deputy Dog.
Deputy Dog, the duck.
Deputy Dog, the gold diving duck.
Yeah.
Our time here is done. Nick.
Okay, I have a question, and I don't know if it's important.
Who's talking?
Nick.
Okay.
I've tried to make my voice a little nasalier.
Oh, that's not hard for you to do.
No.
A lot of nasal.
No offense, nose ass.
Yeah. Listeners may not be able to hear this through the mic, but my nose extends outward.
Your nose extended past your chin?
That wasn't a slight at your appearance.
I don't know. Does it?
Well,
maybe slightly.
Yeah.
This wasn't a slight at your appearance. I think you're good. You look like a Gosling.
You are a handsome devil.
My mom always said it's distinguished.
Your nose?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
had you brought it? Had you said, "Mom, am I ugly because of my nose?"
Yeah, I've said something to that extent.
Sure. Oh,
How recently?
I was sensitive about my
I don't know.
appearance.
I'm sensitive about my nose and my ears, and you know it's not okay. So growing up, I always made fun of how big my ears are. My head grew into them.
You made fun of me, or bullies?
I was made fun of bullies.
Sure.
Yeah, bullies. I didn't make fun of my own.
Stupid.
Everybody, look at me! I'm an idiot.
I would do that.
No, and they would flick them. Right, which hurts. I don't like to get my ears touched.
Gosh, kids are so mean.
Yeah, kids are mean. Anyway, you know what's unfortunate is the only things that never stop growing on your body are your nose and ears.
Hair.
And hair.
Nails.
And nails. And nose and ears.
Butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks. You forgot about butt cheeks.
forgot about
butt cheeks.
That's a relief, though, to all of us. We could all use a little more in the derriere.
Okay, here's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'm pretty thick.
If you're going to come to this podcast with a fact about growth, you better know your facts. You better have your facts straight, Mr. Man.
I'll work on them. Anyway, my question is there teenage fish?
Is there teenage fish?
That's my question.
Today I looked up pictures of big goldfish, and let me assure you, yes, there are. Are you talking human years, like at 13 rotations around the sun year old?
No, I'm talking about fish years.
Like in dog years.
Okay, so a fish year calculated
An
by
adolescent fish.
Scientific America published a report last June, and it said a fish ages 4 times faster than a human. So if we do the math, 1 year old, they're 4 years old. 4 years old, they're 12.
So
16. 16.
Yeah, 16.
Quick correction.
That's the math.
Okay, so 4-year-old fish, 16. Yeah, and they get their license.
License to
Swim.